I love Stardew Valley, but every time I play, the min-maxer in me comes out and starts engineering everything. My favorite part is the gameplay loop of leveling up, unlocking machines, and filling out the collectibles, but maybe I'm missing something. So I decided to head over to the Wiki and hit random page 10 times to see what else Stardew Valley has to offer. Here's all the new things I discovered, and P.S. this will contain spoilers. The Dark Shrine of Memory is one of the 3 altars found in the witch's hut, and for 30,000 gold you can erase divorced spouses' memories. That's super useful because after you divorce a villager, they give you the cold shoulder, making it awkward. You can even remarry them after you trigger this altar, just in case you realize you couldn't live without them. It even works on Krobus, but it doesn't let you see previous heart events again. The next page is the bowler hat, which can be purchased from the Hat Mouse for 10,000 gold after earning the Millionaire achievement. In 1.6, it went from 1,000 gold to 10,000 gold, so you can actually show off how sophisticated you are around town. Other names for bowler hats are Coke Hat, Bob Hat, Bombin, or Derby Hat, and it originated in London in 1849. Apparently, people kept having their top hats knocked off while on horseback, so they made it shorter and rounded. It turns out the crane game inside of the theater has movie posters that can be won. The Miracle at Coldstar Ranch plays during the winter, and you can see this poster outside in winter and fall. To be honest, I never really use the movie theater after I unlock it, but it looks like there's some pretty good prizes to be won. You can also get up to 250 friendship with a love movie and love snack, which I'll definitely be using from now on. Especially on villagers who are unlocked later like Krobus and Leo. And we have another hat. Makes sense since there's so many in the game. A pirate hat has a small chance to be dropped from slaying monsters, breaking crates, shaking trees, all of your normal interactions. But if you really want one, you can tailor it with cloth and a treasure chest, which is a bit of a rare item. But you can guarantee one by following Secret Note 16 and solving the riddle, reaching gold tier on the 13th at Squidfest, or as the 22nd prize from the prize machine. Small spoiler, but make sure to talk to the pirates while wearing one. Blue Jazz is a flower that I'm very familiar with, and this is probably one of the first things that most people plant. You can buy seeds at Junimo Mat, the general store, or if you're trying to flex on Pierre, for way more money in the traveling cart. They create the second cheapest honey when in range of a bee house and typically grow in 1 week. If you're absolutely nuts, you can harvest every 4 days with hyperspeed grow and the agriculturalist profession. Don't do this, I'm just saying you could. Where Blue Jazz shines is because it's one of the 3 ingredients in a Lucky Lunch, which is great for Skull Cavern runs. And now that the bookseller sells the Queen of Sauce cookbook, it's worth it to plant some Blue Jazz year 1 for early Lucky Lunches. The best part about Blue Jazz is that it has 6 different colors with 4 different quality levels. That means you need 24 spaces in a chest for just 1 flower. Neat. Can anybody tell me why we need so many different colors? This is a fish that hangs. You can buy it from Willie's and put it on your wall. It's fine, I guess. The Serpent is the bane of a lot of new Stardew Valley players' existence because it's the first quick, dangerous monster you'll encounter in the Skull Caverns. To me, everything else is pretty easy until you hit these guys. Like I said in my 101 tips video, make sure to swing early because the hitbox is larger than the sprite. They're really good for leveling up combat because they come to you and give 20 experience, as well as having a chance to drop prismatic shards, rabbit feet, diamonds, and the red cabbage seed. All of those are massive pickups for early players, and killing 250 for the monster eradication goal unlocks one of my favorite rings. Who doesn't like blowing up everything for free?
Too loud, right to jail, right away.
In a lot of ways, they're harder to kill than their big brother, the Royal Serpent, because they're a smaller target. For the Royal Serpents, at least you can hit the segments. And if you're a masochist, at combat level 10, they'll spawn on the Wilderness Farm, or any farm after activating the Dark Shrine of Night Terrors. Dibs on that band name, but hunting them on the farm will only give 1/3 of normal experience. I think it's super fun to pop a Monster Musk and reset floor 1 in the Skull Caverns hunting these guys. Even the more common drops are worth hunting for, and it's a great source of bombs and early game speed and luck buffs. Just be careful because they do 23 damage per hit, and it's really easy to get overwhelmed. Next up, we have the Junimo Mat, which can be found in the Junimo catalog and put on the floor. That's like it. The catalog is only available at the traveling cart after completing either the community center or Junimo Mat and costs 70,000 gold. You'll see it 1 in 10 times. I feel like this mat could fit into a Legend of Zelda themed room nicely. It's new in 1.6. And I'm going to keep randomizing the wiki page until I know everything from the new updates. If you like this sort of thing, consider subscribing so you don't miss it. And now we got a big one, Krobus. If you don't know, he's one of those shadow people from the mines, but he lives in the sewers and sells rare goods. If you want to meet him, make sure to donate to the museum. He sells some pretty awesome things, including a void egg to get void chickens, cool monster-themed decor, and even a star drop. If you're loaded, he even sells the wizard catalog and a return scepter that functions like the warp totem. It's kind of expensive for what it is. Don't you dare use the butterfly powder. Every pet is a good boy. In his rotating stock is most notably an iridium sprinkler every Friday. It'll set you back 10 Gs, but if you hate the skull cavern, it's a good source. Krobus loves all of these items, but I'd probably give him void eggs, pumpkins, or horseradish since you might have higher quality ones lying around and you'll need to catch up on friendship with him since you meet him later on. He doesn't love any movies, but he does like Mysterium and loves black licorice. Instead of marrying Krobus, he becomes your roommate after you give him a void ghost pendant. You can get that at the Desert Trader. You don't get married. Instead of kissing you hug, he won't ever get jealous, and he can be evicted. But that will cause him to give you the silent treatment. Good thing we just learned about the Dark Shrine of Memory. You also cannot have or adopt kids with him while he's around, but he will look after yours from previous marriages. He don't cook, he don't clean, but let me show you how he got this ring. It's because his gifts include void salmon or a lucky lunch. He also doesn't sleep, he just stands in his room at night. Creepy. I won't spoil it, but his 14 heart event seems pretty cool. Some fun facts about Krobus are that he's immortal, eats bugs, won't judge you for eating void mayonnaise, but I will, and remains silent on Fridays out of respect to Yoba. I wouldn't have pegged him as the pious type. Oh, and also his people have been locked in a blood feud with dwarves for 1,000 years. Which side are you on? If you're a dirty cheater, you can buy multiple iridium sprinklers in multiplayer by talking to him simultaneously. And last, but certainly not least, we have the blue armchair. Hey, at least it has more uses than the hanging fish. You can sit in it, and it kind of goes well in a Joja or ocean-themed room. It occasionally rotates into the carpenter shop for 1,000 gold, or at the traveling merchant. It's also free in the furniture catalog. But am I the only one who sees a naked Mr. Chi? Maybe I'm drinking too much iridium snake milk. And there you have it, 10 things I hadn't really thought about in Stardew Valley. I hope this inspires you to play a little differently than you normally do, because I'm definitely excited to catch a film, dress up a little nicer, and cover my walls with fish. A huge shout out to anyone who's helped contribute to the wiki, and I hope to do so in the future now that I'm really getting into the nitty-gritty of Stardew Valley. If you're looking for more help right now, check out this 101 tips video. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a swell day.